Ahoy mates! Welcome on board the Disney Magic, the very first ship in the Disney Cruise Line fleet. We are here for a 4-night Halloween on the high seas sailing. If you want to see all of those videos, like our daily videos, our full room tour, be sure to check out our entire Disney Magic / Halloween on the high seas playlist. But for today's video, I want to take you around and give you a full and complete tour of the entire ship, all of the public areas on board. We will see everything in this video. So I like to start at the bottom. We're going to head down to deck 1, work our way up deck by deck. So let's go ahead and get it started. Our tour of the Disney Magic begins right now. So starting with deck number 1, as we look at our map here, some staterooms, but really the only point of interest here, there is the area to get on and off the ship in certain ports. But the thing that is consistent is the health center. So we are here at the forward elevators and stairs. We walk over here to the port side. We see the sign that says health center, turn the corner, and it's right inside there. So this is where you will come if you need that. And you can see on the map, that's all that is to see here. So we are done with deck number 1, and we're going up to deck number 2. Alright, deck number 2 now, and as we look at our maps, we can see deck 2 is just staterooms. Now there is a laundrette, and you will see that that's actually available on several decks. I'm not going to keep pointing those out, just know that Disney Cruise Line ships do have laundry areas. But other than that, deck 2 is just staterooms. So we're done here. Let's go to 3. Alright, deck 3 now, and this is what a lot of people refer to as the main deck, because this is where the atrium begins, and that's kind of like the main central lobby area. We're also going to have some dining and other things, and we're going to have our adults only area here in the front. So we're going to turn and head forward and check that out first. So as we head between the midship elevators and stairs, we see the sign here says after hours. This is putting us in the adults only area where we will find Fathoms, like a nightclub, Keys, like a piano bar, and O'Gill's Pub, of course a pub, and also kind of like a sports bar. So the first spot is Fathoms, which operates kind of like a nightclub, but they also use it for multiple events and different kind of activities. Like I think they're doing a shopping presentation right now. It's a pretty big area, and you can see they have the cool nautical underwater lighting there on the ceiling. Next up here on the port side, we find the entrance to Keys, which, as the signage and piano keys would indicate, is a piano bar. A nice luxurious space, the bar there in the middle. And now we turn and head from port side to starboard side, passing the forward elevators and stairs. Then we'll follow the signage there and turn left to go forward, and we will find the entrance to O'Gill's Pub. As the name again suggests, it is a pub, so you're going to find a lot of dark hardwoods in here, but it also operates like a sports bar. So you can see they have all the TVs and the booths in the back there, the large screen over there in the corner, the bar forward there. They even have a little serving station area here, so they might have some little food items or things like that. I really like the stained glass they have over here to divide the booths. Nice porthole windows so you can get some natural light, see out to sea, or at port, depending on where you're at. And they even have some board games here, backgammon, chess, checkers, lots of fun stuff. And as we exit O'Gill's, you can see there's another entrance to Fathoms here, which is currently closed off, but you could come in from this side. And I mentioned that the after hours section is adults only. Really, that's for after hours. In the evening, in the night, it's adults only usually. But during the day, they might have like trivia or drawing instruction, things like that, and all ages are typically welcome for those things. One last thing to see here between the entrance to O'Gill's Pub and Fathoms is Sea Treasures. This is just a tiny, tiny little store here, and it looks like they sell different kind of costumes. So if you want to get dressed up for pirate night, dress up like a princess, they even have some themed bags, headbands, tiaras, t-shirts, toys, fun stuff like that. This is where you want to come. Alright, we are back at the Deck 3 midship elevators and stairs. We're going to turn to the starboard side, and we will find the Port Adventures desk. So Port Adventures is what Disney Cruise Line calls their shore excursions. So if you're looking to book something in Nassau, Castaway Cay, Cozumel, wherever you are stopping on your cruise, you can come here and do that. Now, of course, you can book those things ahead of time, but if you haven't, or if you have any last-minute adjustments, you want to come visit the Port Adventures desk, they'll take care of you here. Passing through the Deck 3 midship elevators and stairs again, this time to the port side, and we will turn and find the guest services desk here. So if you have any issues, you have any questions, you need any adjustments to your account, this is where you'll come. Alright, so turning away from the guest services desk, we do have a little sitting area, some nice portholes to look out, but then we turn and find the piece de resistance of any Disney Cruise Line ship, the Grand Atrium area. And here on the Disney Magic, the statue character is Helmsman Mickey. Look at that, that is gorgeous. They also have a piano tucked in the back there for some live entertainment at times. Now up above the statue, you'll find the beautiful chandelier there up top. And on certain sailings like ours, you might find some special decorations here in the atrium, like we have the Halloween tree, because this is a Halloween on the high seas sailing. If it's a very maritime sailing, you might find a Christmas tree. It depends on what's going on here. But beautiful throughout. They have the gold little inlays there with all the character designs on them all the way around the atrium. And you'll even see the backside of the elevators there. Look, it's glass, so you can see through. When you're on those elevators, you can see through into the atrium. Once you get up top, you can actually see some fun artwork. Now, the starboard side of the atrium dead ends here. It's just a window into a restaurant and then comes back around to the port adventure side. So if you want to continue aft, you're going to have to go over to the port side there. But before we do, I wanted to point out this is the entrance to Lumiere's. Now, Lumiere's is one of the 3 rotational dining restaurants you'll dine at here on the Disney Magic. So this is something that Disney Cruise Line implemented and employed. It is a rotational concept, so you go to different restaurants on different nights of your cruise. However, your wait staff will follow you, and if you have any table mates, they will follow you as well. It's really cool. So Lumiere's is one of those restaurants you can see inside here. They got the beautiful chandeliers with the rose petals falling down, that nice mural there, centrally located. It's a real fun place. Now, getting ready to leave the atrium, I wanted to point out there is a stairwell here, but they typically have this roped off as they currently do. They use it for photo ops or like character introductions when they're coming down to do meet and greet. So you typically won't be able to use that. As I mentioned before though, if you want to head to the aft part of deck 3, you need to come over here to the port side where you'll find this long hallway full of these large porthole windows. The first thing we'll find down this hallway is the alternative entrance to Lumiere, so you can also enter and exit the restaurant here. The second thing we'll find is the Soul Cat Lounge. This is a really cool spot that is inspired by the movie Soul, and you can see got it going on there on the menus. And what I really like is they have this seating here along the perimeter on the outside. So if you kind of want to take in some of it, you don't want to be right in the action, you can sit here. But they do have couches and tables and chairs and booths and things inside. They have the stage centrally located. They'll do jazz music throughout the day, but they'll also have different activities. Like you see, learn to draw, they're going to do some origami, different things like that here inside the space. And you see they have all the cool artwork up along the walls, and it's a very big space too, so it can accommodate a lot of people. And now we've reached the Deck 3 aft elevators and stairs, but we're going to continue on here. One last thing to see is inside Rapunzel's Royal Table. This is the second of our 3 rotational dining venues, and it is based, of course, on Rapunzel and the movie Tangled. So you can see inside here they have all the lanterns lit up all around the ceiling. There's Pascals hidden throughout the restaurant. They have the lovely mural in the center stage there. So it's a really, really fun spot and a nice change of pace restaurant because you're getting live entertainment with your meal. And checking in on our Deck 3 map, it looks like we have covered everything here. So we are done and it's time to go to Deck 4. Deck 3 is where the fun began, but Deck 4 has its own share of fun and interesting venues. We are here in the aft section. We're at the aft elevators and stairs, and we're going to turn and head over here to the port side. This is where we'll find the entrance to Animator's Palette, and of course Animator's Palette is themed all around animation, drawing, cartoons. These old school Animator's Palettes are some of my favorite because the restaurant starts in black and white, the servers are wearing black and white, and it explodes into color throughout the meal. It's a really cool experience. Really, really enjoy it. This is the third and final of our rotational restaurants here on the Disney Magic. Now, coming out of Animator's Palette, we're still on the port side. You'll notice the doors to my left, but you can also see that there are doors over on the starboard side too. Either set of doors will take you outside to what I like to call the promenade deck. It's just kind of open air. It's where the lifeboats are. It's where you'll come for your muster drill. They're doing a crew drill right now. They have shuffleboard further down, but you can come get some fresh air, get some open air here. When you're out at sea, get the breeze in your hair, or check out the port that you're in, the ships that you're parked next to, whatever it may be. And it goes around a lot of the deck here, so you can get a really nice walk in as well. So I want to check back in at the map here to get reoriented. So we started here, came around, saw Animator's Palette, stepped outside. So you see the lighter color yellow there. That's that promenade deck area. So you can see, as I mentioned, that goes around pretty much the entire deck area there. But if you're on the interior and you want to proceed forward, you do need to stay on the port side. As you can see, it just kind of goes outside on the starboard side. So if you want to stay inside, you need to be port and head forward, and that's what we're going to do right now. First thing we'll find here is Shutters, is where you can purchase the professional photos that have been taken of you and your family throughout the cruise. And in conjunction with that, you'll also find Diamonds and Wishes. So this is an area to come and purchase jewelry on board. We'll see some other shopping opportunities later on, but this is one that's kind of squirreled away here with the Shutters photo gallery. So they have the digital screens here. You come up, tap your key to the world card, it'll bring up all the photos for your stateroom. You can purchase them here, browse through them, do whatever you want, and if you need any assistance, they do have the desk with the helpers here. And they also sell different kind of camera equipment, like they have some Fujifilm cameras, a Canon, SanDisk memory cards, lanyards, things like that, and even commemorative photo books. As we make our way across the threshold, you'll see the screens do continue into this area, and then there's the stairwell here. This goes back down by the Soul Cat Lounge, so where we were earlier. We're going to continue forward here, though, and the thing you're going to see on the right here is the Shutters Portrait Studio. So if you want to have like a professional photo shoot done with the different backdrops, private session, because they do them out in the public areas, but if you want a private session, this is where you will have that done. And next to that, we will find the entrance to the art gallery. So they will have the different art pieces hung up for display here and also for purchase. So they will have the prices listed there for those different pieces. They will change throughout the cruise, so if you see something you like, speak to the staff and they'll get that squared away for you. Proceeding forward on deck 4 port side here, we will find the entrance to the D Lounge. Now this is a family lounge space. They'll have different activities inside, some game shows, some art classes, presentations, all kinds of fun things here inside the D Lounge. And now on deck 4 port side here, we find ourselves back in the atrium. We're on the second level here. It is a 3-story atrium. Over here on the port side, you'll see that little desk over there to the left. That is the Disney Vacation Club desk. So if you have any interest in purchasing Disney Vacation Club, or if you're already a DVC member and you need to speak to someone about your membership, you can go there and do that. I wanted to point out that there's also an additional entrance to the D Lounge right here in the atrium area. Over on the starboard side of deck 4 atrium, we'll find a nice seating area here, and we'll also find this little desk with the Disney Cruise Line emblem. And this is kind of a multi-use space. They have a Vacation Club member flyer there, as well as details on how to book your next sailing. Really easy to do on Disney Cruise Line. It's called a placeholder. You pay $250 per stateroom. It's charged to your onboard account of your current sailing, and then you get 10% off of your next cruise. You can assign that to any sailing within 2 years, and you can do it all through the Disney Cruise Line mobile app when you're on board. We did it for this sailing. Super easy to do. All right, getting ourselves readjusted here on the map. We started aft. We came forward, went past the gallery, the D Lounge, into the atrium area, and now we're heading forward from the midship elevators and stairs. And what we're going to do here is you can see that promenade decks continuing on either side outside. We're going to shoot the gap here in the middle. So the first thing we'll find is the main shopping area on board, starting with Mickey's mainsail here on the left. Now the shops are closed because we're in port, but you can see they have the glass doors and windows here. So this is where you're going to come for your main souvenir area. T-shirts, toys, bags, all kinds of fun stuff like that. Candy, sunglasses. They even have some Halloween merchandise since we're on the Halloween on the High Seas cruise here. Lots of fun stuff to be had inside Mickey's mainsail. Now, opposite of that, we will find Whitecaps. This is the other main store area here in the central shopping area. Whitecaps has a little bit higher end stuff, like they have some fragrances in the back, some artwork. They're gonna mostly feature clothes and accessories in here. Bottles, mugs, towels, things like that. And then they're going to have a large section of jewelry along the backside. So we saw some jewelry in Diamonds and Wishes earlier. You're also going to find it here in Whitecaps. And then we land in this main central area with the signage there clearly telling us we're entering the Walt Disney Theater, the picture of Walt down below. Now there are 2 theater areas on board. Walt Disney Theater is for stage shows, musicals, live productions. And either way, if I've come to the port side here, you could also go to the starboard side, you will find Preludes. This is the concession stand, so you can get popcorn, soda, different kind of snacks, things like that, souvenir buckets. All of that can be purchased for an additional cost here at Preludes before your show. And then we find the entrance to the Walt Disney Theater here, both again on the port and the starboard side. And it's closed right now, but we did go in it during showtime the other night. You can see the setup here. It's not 2 decks, just the 1 deck that you enter here on deck 4. You're going to have 3 main shows on every Disney Magic sailing. You're going to have Tangled the Musical, Twice Charmed, which is an original take on Cinderella's story, as well as Disney Dreams, an original production. And checking back in with our map, we left the atrium area, we saw the shopping, we saw Preludes, and the entrance to Walt Disney Theater, so we are done with deck number 4. Let's go to 5. So deck number 5 largely is considered the kids deck here. So the forward part is just going to be staterooms, but as we head midship, we will find the Oceaneer Club and Oceaneer Lab, as well as the Small World Nursery. Now those are the kids areas, main kids areas on board. Let's go check them out. But before we get to that area, we will find our last deck, our upper deck of the main atrium area here on deck 5. A great spot to get a view of those beautiful chandeliers there, as well as look down if there's any character greetings. You want to look at the Halloween tree, whatever it might be, you're going to get a bird's eye view up top here on deck 5. Proceeding aft here, deck 5, we're on the port side, and we will find the entrance to the Oceaneer Club. Now you can see it is currently closed, but they have an open house every day, every boarding day I should say, of each Disney sailing. So we went inside on day 1, got some footage of that. Let's check it out. So right when you come in, you have the fun hand washing stations. They call the car washes. You just stick your hands right in there and it automatically rotates and cleans them. And then we enter the main space here of the Oceaneers Club and Oceaneers Lab, starting with Andy's room. Check it out, fun little play area in here. It's got a Slinky Dog slide coming off the top of Andy's bed. They can go up there and climb around. I love the Christmas lights. It's got the drawings, fun little stuff in the back here. Mr. Potato Head and Ham back there, some blocks to play with. This is really cool. I want to stay in here. And next to that, we have kind of like a Disney Junior themed area. Pictures of Vampirina, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Roadster Racers, fun big screen TV there, and little activity tables. And this doesn't really need much of an explanation. It's pretty obvious. We have entered the world of Marvel there. There's Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. Got the Iron Man Mark 6 prototype suit over there. Captain America's shield in the case. This cool little doorway thing. I guess it's a photo op? I'm not sure what that is. It looks like an activity area over here with different screens, maybe interactive games. Become a hero. And then off of the main area, we will find the Pixie Hollow section. So you can see themed after Tinkerbell and all the different fairies. The Pixie Hollow. A little play area, a little activity area. Fun stuff. And also here, centrally located in the main area, they do have a very large screen here. Looks like they could probably show some movies, TV shows, maybe even have some interactive games, things like that. So that's pretty much it for the club area. Now we're passing through the Disney Junior themed area to get over to the lab. The hallway between here is super fun. You have portholes on the inside, actually, looking at the atrium and the chandelier and all the fun stuff going in there. And then you actually have portholes looking to the outside at the lifeboats and different ports, or if you're out at sea. Pretty fun. So we continue down this hallway, and this will dump us into the Oceaneers Lab. Themed after nautical exploration, adventure, different things like that. Pirates, you can see they have some of that going on there. And they have all these tables set up to do all kinds of group activities, arts and crafts, different fun things like that. And then it opens up into the other area there in the center. So they have a group play activity area here in the center, as well as another big screen like we saw on the other side. And then over here we do have a craft studio and an animator studio. So different places again to do arts and crafts. They have the wheelhouse area where you can pretend to pilot a ship, sail around like that, watch some different things on the screen. Here looks like this is also set up for video games. I see like an Xbox Connect kind of thing. And then we have the animators studio, which is pretty obvious, pretty self-explanatory. An area to come and try the kids' hands at drawing, animation, artwork, things like that. Oh, this is cool. Society of Explorers and Adventurers. I believe this is a big thing in Tokyo Disney Sea, if I'm not mistaken. And that guy, I think he's in a ride. Is it at Tokyo? I think it's like Hong Kong or something. That's cool. So there you have it. That's the Oceaneer Club and Oceaneer Lab. The only other space here to point out is the It's a Small World Nursery, which is really not much to show. It is really just a nursery for young children to kind of rest and sleep, to be babysat, and you can schedule that with the team here on board. So that is where that will happen, right next door to the Oceaneer Club and Oceaneer Lab. And past the Oceaneer Club, Oceaneer Lab, and Small World Nursery, we will find the entrance to the Buena Vista Theater. Now, I mentioned there are 2 theater spaces on board. We saw the Walt Disney Theater, which does the live stage shows, musicals, and things like that. The Buena Vista Theater focuses on films. So they'll play different movies throughout your cruise, and they'll throw in some different things. It's usually first-run movies or things that are new to theaters, but they'll also throw in some stuff like we're on the Halloween sailing, so they have Hocus Pocus playing in here, Haunted Mansion playing in here, things like that. And they'll have it here on the board, but of course it'll also be featured in the Disney Cruise Line app and on any personal navigators you may have to view. So as you can see, not a huge theater, but actually a pretty decent size considering it's on a cruise ship. Great place to come in and take in a film, enjoy yourself, watch a first run flick. So once we pass the kids area in the Buena Vista Theater, the aft of Deck 5 is just staterooms, so we are finished here. We're going to 6. And here on Deck 6, we check our map and we see it is just staterooms. We're done. Going to 7. Alright, Deck 7, and once again, just staterooms. That was easy. Let's go to 8. And once again, deck number 8, just staterooms. So 3 in a row, making it really easy. Now let's go up to 9. We'll get back to the fun. Alright, here on deck number 9, we're at the aft elevators and stairs, and the carpet tells us what is next. Cabanas is the buffet spot here on the Disney Magic. Of course, they'll have the hand washing stations right outside. And once we go in, we will see the fun Finding Nemo theming of Cabanas here as we come inside. It's going to be set up like a lot of other buffets on cruise ships, where all of your seating will be on the perimeter. They'll have floor-to-ceiling windows there, beverage stations located throughout, and then most of your food service stations are going to be located here in the center. Now, they have these curtains drawn right now because they're not currently serving, but this is where they would have it. Now, something important to point out with Cabanas is that it is typically only open for breakfast and lunch. As of right now, you cannot dine at Cabanas for dinner, so keep that in mind. Breakfast and lunch is where you want to come for this, and it's kind of a mirror image on either side. The food just continues around on the interior, the seating continues around on the exterior. But when you're all the way in the back of Cabanas, you can turn past this beverage station and find the outdoor seating section for Cabanas. So you can come out here, dine on your meal, and enjoy some fresh ocean breezes as it is completely open air. Though part of it is covered, so if you want to be out of the sun or out of the elements, you can do that. If you want to be fully exposed, you can do that as well. And before we proceed forward here, I want to check back in on the map. So Cabanas takes up the entire aft end of Deck 9. Now we're going out on the main pool deck, so it's going to be a little twisty and turny. We're going to be kind of covering both sides. We'll also go up to get the bird's eye view. Alright, so I've exited here onto the pool deck on the starboard side. If we turn around, the first thing we'll find here is Daisy's Delights. This is an included food eatery station based more on like a little bit healthy eating, lighter fare. So you're going to have things like salads, sandwiches, paninis, wraps, fresh fruit, good stuff like that. You can also build a bowl here, and here's an idea of the different things that you can put in said bowl. Ooh, noodles. Now, as we proceed along Deck 9 here, you're going to see tables and chairs all throughout the deck, especially on the perimeter where they have this bubbled out window area. So I'm not going to keep pointing that out because you'll keep seeing it. That's going to be all throughout because they're going to have several eating areas. Here they have some life jackets if you need one for your little one. Those are complimentary to use. And you're also going to see some loungers and sun lounge chairs all throughout the deck space as well. Here we're going to find the Aqua Lab. We've seen this on the Disney Fantasy. It's Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Donald's nephews have taken over and made a fun splash play area. It's netted off right now, but this is typically the main area. They have little sprayers, the pool area, and they're going to have the fun little big sprayer over there. I said little big. The fun big little, whatever you want to call it, spray area over there, as well as this smaller splash zone area here in the middle for children up to the age of 3 years old. And you see they've got Huey, Dewey, and Louie inside there bubbling out the water. Now just above the Aqua Lab splash play area here, you will see the Twist and Spout water slide. We're going to get to that in just a little bit because you actually enter it on the deck above. What I'm going to do now is going to turn over here, come around to the port side, and show you the beverage station. So for the uninitiated, Disney Cruise Line does include beverages with your sailing. Now, not alcoholic or specialty coffees or things like that, but they do have Joffrey's standard coffee here, so you can have regular and decaf. They also have a hot chocolate machine, warm milk, and you can also grab your own tea bags and hot chocolate bags, dark chocolate, things like that. But over here is where it's really important to point out, is because Disney Cruise Line does include soda with your cruise fare. So you're going to have Coca-Cola products, Coke, Coke Zero, Diet Coke, Sprite, Vitamin Water, Minute Maid Zero Sugar Lemonade, Fuse Iced Tea, and Seagram's Ginger Ale, all here on the pool deck. You just come and help yourself as much as you would like. So we're going to proceed forward here around the end of the water slide, and we're actually going to turn back into another complimentary eating section. So this is the Duck and Diner. As you can see, you get hamburger, cheeseburger, veggie burger, fish burger, hot dog, bratwurst sausage, chicken tenders, fries. They'll also have special items that rotate throughout the cruise. Right now they have some shawarma. Have you ever tried shawarma? You might want to try shawarma. They'll also have a special toppings bar on this side, and over on the opposite side they'll have the standard condiments section. Ketchup, mustard, mayo. They'll also have buffalo sauce, relish, jalapenos, things like that. Proceeding forward on the starboard side, the next thing we'll find is Frozone treats. As you can see, they have juices, iced tea, specialty coffee, Dole Whips, beers. All of these things are going to come at an additional cost. So if you want to purchase something, you can do that here at the Frozone treats. But next to that is I Scream, based on everyone's favorite monster, Mike Wazowski. This is a complimentary soft serve area. So vanilla, chocolate, or the main stage, you'll usually find those. Sometimes they'll switch things up, like today they have strawberry, the other day they had blueberry. They do have the cones here. Pro tip for you, if you don't want to eat it in a cone, go back over to the beverage station, grab a cup, and pour it into that instead. Now, proceeding more forward here, we'll find the main pool area, but the other thing I want to point out is Pinocchio's Pizzeria. So this is the final of our complimentary eating areas here in the pool area. They do also have a bar attached, so if you want to get some alcoholic drinks or specialty drinks, you can do that there. And then over on this side is where they will have the pizzas. So typically pepperoni, cheese, margarita will be the mainstays. Then they'll have something that rotates out and is special for the day. So they'll make those pizzas up for you here, again included with your cruise fare. And since we have now arrived at the main pool area, I'm going to head up a deck to give you the bird's eye view. So here we go. This will give us a good overlay of the main pool deck area. You see they have the two hot tubs which are covered on either side, and then the main pool in the middle. Cool thing with Disney Cruise Line, they've made it to where their pool can be covered up and turned into a dance floor, a stage area for those special events like sail away parties, firework parties, different things like that. So really cool. You'll have the lounge spaces on either side, and then they'll have the main stage area here forward where they will do those presentations. Up above that is Funnel Vision. That's the giant jumbotron up there on the funnel. This is where you can take in Disney films. They'll use it for those special theme parties I was talking about. All kinds of fun stuff there up on Funnel Vision. All right, now we've had the bird's eye view of the pool area. Let's head back down, finish up deck number 9. All right, exiting the main pool deck area, and you can do this on the starboard or on the port side. We're going to enter an adults only area, starting with the Cove Cafe, but the rest of this area, as the sign says, will be for guests 18 and older. Cove Cafe, one of our favorite spots on board Disney Cruise Line ships. Come in and get a specialty coffee, a pastry. It's usually a really nice quiet spot to come in, relax, lounge, have a drink, take it in, enjoy the views through the porthole windows. Really nice, relaxing, quiet spot. It always smells like coffee, so it smells great in here. Even though I don't drink it, I like the smell. So now we will enter the Quiet Cove pool area, again for guests 18 and older. They will have tables and chairs, loungers all throughout the space, and we're going to have a main pool area here in the middle. You can see it has these shallow shelves around, so that darker blue area is the shallow part. The lighter green area is the actual deeper end. They're going to have hot tubs on either side of the pool. You can get bird's eye views from up top all around, and then in the middle you'll find the Signals bar. So come and get a drink here, and they also have televisions, usually playing live sports events if something interesting is going on here. Now most of the time this is where you would head inside, but one thing I want to point out here, over on the port side, if you continue heading forward as far as you can, you will enter the smoking area for the Disney Magic. So it's kind of in this glass tunnel. Actually, has some really great views out here. They do have some benches you can sit on as you're smoking, and you can take in the great views. And actually, once you come around here, it actually gets open air, so you can take in a nice breeze if you are sailing, or get great views of your port. All right, back at the Quiet Cove pool area. Now we will head inside. So checking back in on our map, we started with Cabanas, we went past the Aqua Lab, saw the complimentary eating areas, past the main pool area, which is called Goofy's Pool, by the way, I failed to mention that, past the Cove Cafe, Signals Bar, Quiet Cove, and now we're at the fort. So this was the smoking section, so now we need to turn over here to the starboard side, and we will find the entrance to the Senses Spa and Salon. Now they were kind enough to give me a full tour of this on boarding day, so we'll go ahead and show you that right now. All right, here we go. We're at the entrance of the spa here with the check-in desk. And then right off the entrance here, we do have the salon.
Okay, so we have the skin rejuvenation.
Okay.
So we have thermage, it's a tightening, lifting, and contouring treatment. And then we also have the cool sculpting, so it can actually freeze the fat cells permanently.
Okay. Man cave? Like the barber shop, basically?
Yes. And whiten and brighten your teeth from 6 to 8 shades depending on which shade you're on.
Wow.
So we're using this, the hair salon.
Salon here.
Keratin treatment here, shampoo, blow dry, up style, and then of course we also do the nails. We have the Fire Next menu. I'm going to show you the horseshoe. So this is where we do the massage, acupuncture, facial.
Like this is the cupping, this is acupuncture, these are the acupuncture points, like the diagrams. So this is amazing. And
Yes.
Got some refreshments here in the back.
Yes, we're both relaxing still.
Ooh, I like it.
So we actually have 2 types of steam room. We have the melt steam room.
Okay. Steamy.
And then we have the aromatic steam.
Oh, okay, yeah, those are more
Have you
intense.
tried the rainforest before?
Yeah, not obviously not on this ship, but I did it on Fantasy, I think.
Fantasy, yes, they have the ocean view right
Ooh, so
there.
Stevie.
The stronger one. And so
Heated
yeah,
ceramic loungers right there with
this
the beautiful
lounges,
lights up above.
Yes. This scrubs, different types of scrubs, and then of course we do have the seaweed that you can use inside the steam room, which is
Nice.
highly detoxifying. Definitely, you know, like they have different pressures. Scent, we have the rain shower, it's like the raindrop, tropical thunder.
Water fountain and
The
water
water
bottle
fountain,
fill
yeah.
as well.
That's-
So we'll take a peek here in the men's changing room.
Yes, yes,
Should be empty right
definitely.
now.
Yeah.
So it does have a restroom there, and it looks like we have some kind of lounge space over here. Scale. Oh, there's a sauna. Okay, sauna inside, showers, towels, and then the locker area over here on the side.
And what I like about this one is at the very front of the ship. And on this side, you can see the bridge.
Yeah, you get the full view here.
This
Floor to
pool is for
the front of the ship on these class of ship is for crew only. So we've seen like the Vibe Teen spot on the other Disney cruise ships. Not on this one though.
exactly.
It is for crew only. So look inside the fitness center. You have the floor-to-ceiling windows looking out the front here in front of all of your equipment. And then in the back, you've got some more equipment on the lower level, some free weights, things like that. And they do offer a host of complimentary classes as well. Now this side, the treatment rooms are villas, so they have jacuzzis
I
inside.
do apologize for this one. But
Oh no, it's
anyway,
okay.
Yeah, so this is what I highly recommend for couples.
Ooh, it's really nice. And this is the outside portion of the
This the bottom.
villa with the jacuzzi tub there. Got the shower on the side. And of course you're looking out, usually at the ocean right now at port, but you can see the different views there. Look, they have a little diorama set up to show you the cabana massage setup on Castaway Key. That is awesome.
Yes. And then by the ocean view.
Oh, ocean view, beautiful. Now, before we're technically done with deck 9, I wanted to point out that there are some things on deck 10 that you access from deck 9. So number 1 is going to be right behind me here at the forward elevators and stairs. You'll see the themed carpeting that goes up to the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, so we'll get to that in just a minute. Number 2 is going to be the access to the teens areas over here. So I'm actually going to turn around right now, go back past the Quiet Cove area over here on the starboard side, and show you the entrance to that. So I've walked back on the starboard side here. We're back at Goofy's pool, the main pool area, and now we're going to turn like we're going to go inside to the midship elevators and stairs, but instead you will find the entrance here to Edge. Now this is the preteen spot on board. They had an open house on day 1 as well. Let's show you that right now. Oh, cool. It's like a nautical, old school, almost steampunky vibe in here. Places to hang out, tables to relax at. They got some board games here, foosball table. They have digital, look at the portholes there with the Finding Nemo characters swimming by. And a large screen there for group activities, watching movies, playing games, and even have a little sign-in area here at the front. Okay, so technically Edge is just located here on deck 9, so you don't have to access it from 9 and go to 10. It is on 9. The other spot, Vibe, is going to be accessed from 10 though, and is technically on 11. Though you can access it here from 9 as well on the midship elevators and stairs. If you turn, you'll see that this side doesn't have any stairs going up. This side does. It's kind of the narrow staircase, so you can go that way and it will take you all the way up, but we'll show the entrance in just a little bit. Alright, so now that we got that situated, we are done with deck 9. We are going up to deck number 10, and as you can see from our list here, deck 10, technically not the highest deck. There is a deck 11, but as I mentioned, we're going to access that from 10, so this will pretty much be our last deck. Let's go ahead and get it started, and I'm taking the fun staircase. So I follow the gemstones and the sparkles all the way up, and we will find a solo elevator, which is pretty fun, and also the entrance to the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. They will have their hours of operation posted out here. And as you can see, this is for children ages 3 to 12 to get the royal treatment. They choose from a variety of transformations. This is an additional cost, but they can do hair, makeup, all kinds of stuff, costumes, different accessories inside the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, turn them into a princess, a pirate, all kinds of fun stuff inside. And as we exit outside of the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique area, we will see we're on kind of the upper deck of the Quiet Cove pool area that we saw down below. Now we're going to turn forward here along the port side and see what's at the front of the ship. And in addition to lounge chairs spread throughout, we will find the Wide World of Sports court. So it's kind of divided into two areas here. This section is typically used for things like soccer, maybe pickleball if they're getting into that. I'm not sure, I haven't seen that. I usually see it set up as soccer or kind of a group play area if they're doing an activity, maybe dodgeball or something like that. And then this side is the basketball court, as you can see. Now the one thing I want to point out, well, two things. Number one, there is only one hoop, so you gotta share. Number two is that they do have the net that goes all the way over the entire sports area. So if you shoot high arcing threes, it's gonna hit the net and it's gonna fall down. So just keep that in mind when you're playing. A really cool area here though at the forward part that not a lot of people know about. You do have a kind of fun games and sports area here. A couple of foosball tables as well as ping pong, and they do have the big glass panels there to block the wind, so you don't have to worry about that interfering with your game. But you can also come around those panels to the very, very forward part of the ship. I think this is about as forward as you can get, at least when you're outside, and you can see the very bow of the ship. Very, very forward part. You can see exactly where you're sailing when you're out at sea. All right, we are heading aft here on deck 10. We are at the forward-facing funnel, or not facing, but the forward funnel. And you'll see the sign here says Vibe as well as midship lifts. Let's go in. And just off those midship lifts, we will find the entrance to Vibe. And this is a continuation of that staircase that I showed earlier. So you can see it's currently roped off. This is the teens area on board. But again, they had an open house on boarding day. We went in and checked it out. Let's see that footage right now. And the staircase dead ends into the entrance to Vibe. They have the video boards, or excuse me, the boards up there with all the information. Some old school arcade games right when you come in here. Check this out. It's like an old school loft or something in here. This is awesome. I love the steel, the lights, the brick, and the huge floor to ceiling windows over there. Double deck looking out to the ship. Down below looks like they have almost like a juice bar area set up over there. Booth in the back, foosball table. They have TV set up. I'm sure they've got video games, board games stored inside. Got the nice couch, comfy chairs here. Big screen in the middle showing movies. Little catwalk up top there. And then it kind of comes through in the back. There's a nice little hangout area here. Some block seating, things like that. Really cool spot. Oh, and a big screen hidden right up there. Now something else to point out here, deck 10 midship, is the entrance to the concierge lounge. So if you were staying in a suite or a concierge level room, you would go inside the lounge there. I cannot access it, but you can see it's a seating area. They have a food buffet bar over there and views looking outside. Now if we go back around outside, we can get a view from the exterior. So here's a view of that suite exterior area. Lots of comfy seating. As you can see, that's open air here on the starboard side, and then you see the glass there where we just looked inside in the middle, and then it continues over to the port side. It's enclosed as well. So you have a nice view of the Quiet Cove pool area from inside the concierge lounge there. Now on the other side of the funnel, here on the port side of the ship, we will find the entrance to the Aqua Dunk water slide. So if you've seen our videos from the Disney Dream and the Disney Fantasy, they have the Aqua Duck, the water coaster. They can't fit a water coaster on the ship, so instead they have the Aqua Dunk. So you'll proceed up the stairs there. You're gonna go inside that little glassed-in area. When it's your turn, they will put you inside a tube, close the door, and the floor will fall out from under you, trapdoor style, and then you will plunge, circle around here through the multicolored tube, out over the side of the ship, and then splash down, back down on deck 10. Now, as you can see, there is a minimum height requirement of 48 inches. I do not see any weight limits, though. Oh, wait, yes, I do. Sorry. May not operate for guests weighing more than 300 pounds. But it says may not. It doesn't say you can't. So just keep that in mind. No loose articles, though. Phones, cameras. You can't have things like that with you on the ride. They also have a little cubby storage area here across from the entrance of the Aquadunk, so you can store your shoes, sunglasses, phones, things like that while you slide. Now proceeding back here on deck 10 past the second funnel, the aft funnel, we will find the entrance to our second water slide. As I mentioned earlier, that is the twist and spout water slide. This only has a minimum height requirement of 38 inches, so it does accommodate more riders. And this one, I do not see anything about a weight limit, so I think pretty much anyone can ride this as long as you are 38 inches, but you still can't have loose articles or anything like that. So when it is open, you will go through the gate here, proceed up the stairs inside the funnel, board the slide, and then you'll come around, do a couple of loops, and splash down back there next to the Aqua Lab. It is open air, kind of open slide, so it's not enclosed tube. Lots of fun for all ages. And they also have a cubby storage option here as well. As far as the back area of deck 10 goes, it's a lot of this, a lot of sun loungers. Some are covered, so if you don't want it to be a sun lounger, you just want it to be a shade lounger, you have that option. Water fountains, things like that, just kind of spread throughout the deck. It's kind of an open area, though there are some tables and chairs back here that I did want to point out. And then, once you come all the way aft, you'll find this big open sun deck area. They will do special events out here, like private events. We saw them setting up for a wedding ceremony yesterday. And then it kind of just overlooks the outdoor section of cabanas, and then out to the aft of the ship, so the wake view if you're sailing, or out to the port that you're in. But a nice spot, come and get a good breeze, get a great view out here. And then just inside here, those bubbled windows, is our last restaurant. This one is a specialty dining venue. Let's head inside. So we are at the deck 10 aft elevators and stairs, and you can see the theme is completely different here. As I mentioned, we're entering a specialty restaurant. Now what does that mean, specialty restaurant? It means it comes at an additional cost. You have to pay extra to dine here, and this location is Palo. Now something else important to note with Palo is that it is adults only, so no children are dining here. It is an Italian restaurant, so at dinner you're going to find a lot of Italian fare. They also offer a brunch on sea days and certain port days as well. So you can do that. It's $50 per person, I think, for both the brunch and the dinner. They just updated those prices recently, and we actually dined at Palo the other day. So it's a beautiful area. You do have those floor-to-ceiling glass windows so you can look outside. What I really like about this location as opposed to on other ships is that it's larger, it's open kitchen, it's open pizza oven area, and they also have a private room in the back for larger parties. I think they said 7 to 13 people. No additional cost for that either. Just reserve it through their office and you can dine in there if it's available. So checking back in on our map, we saw the forward part with the sports deck, the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, past the open area to the Quiet Cove, the Concierge Lounge. We saw the Aquadunk, past Goofy's Pools, Twist and Spout Water Slide, open to the Aqua Lab, and we came around the back, and then we've just seen Palo. So with that done, we have completed deck 10 and we have completed our tour. Well, there you have it, friends. That is our tour of the Disney Magic. Once again, if you're interested in videos from our Halloween on the High Seas sailing or our room tour, be sure to check out our entire Disney Magic Halloween on the High Seas playlist, where you can find all of those videos as well as this full ship tour that you have just seen. And I'll remind you that we are travel agents. If you're interested in booking your own Disney cruise, we can help make that happen. Our services are completely free to you. There are no charges, fees, or costs whatsoever, and you will not pay a single cent more to book with us than you would booking direct with Disney Cruise Line on your own. So please feel free to reach out via that travel agent information. You can find it in the description of this video. If you've recently booked your Disney cruise within the past 30 days and you're not paid in full, you can transfer your booking to us free of charge, and then we'll be able to assist you the rest of the way. So we hope we will hear from you soon. Once again, I want to thank you for joining me for today's video, and I'm signing off. See you next time. Happy travels!